God is releasing unexpected financial favor this week, and if this message reached you now, there is a reason for it. This is not just another motivational sentence meant to make you feel better for a few minutes. This is a spiritual alert for someone who has been carrying pressure in silence, trying to stay strong while the weight of bills, delayed plans, private fears, and emotional exhaustion kept pressing harder against the mind and the heart. But hear this clearly, something is shifting. God is already moving in places you cannot fully see yet, and the favor He is releasing is not limited to the path you expected. It may come through a conversation, a reopened door, a sudden yes, a new opportunity, an overlooked connection, a financial release, or an answer that arrives faster than your fear believed possible. Stay with this message, because before it ends, you will understand why this week matters, what signs to pay attention to, and how to position yourself with peace so that when favor begins to move, you do not miss the very thing you have been praying for. There are weeks that feel ordinary on the outside, but carry unusual movement underneath. This may be one of those weeks in your life. You may wake up looking at the same circumstances, the same responsibilities, the same unfinished needs, and assume that nothing is changing because the visible proof has not fully arrived yet. But God often begins with hidden movement before visible manifestation. He starts aligning people, decisions, timing, access, and opportunity before the answer reaches your hands. This is why favor can be active while your eyes still think they are seeing delay. Fear wants evidence before peace. Faith learns to receive peace before all the evidence appears. And this is important because unexpected financial favor rarely comes to those who are only watching for one specific route. It often reaches the people who stay attentive, humble, and ready enough to recognize the answer even when it comes through a form they did not predict. God is not limited to the one door you kept staring at. He knows how to use channels you forgot, doors you assumed were closed, and moments that look small at first, but carry the beginning of a larger turnaround. You need to understand what favor really means in this season. Favor is not only about money dropping into your life without context. Favor is when God causes things to move in your direction with a timing and a precision that human effort alone could not have forced. Favor is when the right person remembers you. Favor is when a delayed response becomes a sudden yes. Favor is when an opportunity opens at the exact point where your strength had started to wear thin. Favor is when what should have been locked begins to soften. Favor is when confusion gives way to clarity and you suddenly know what step to take next. This week, financial favor may not begin with a full solution all at once. It may begin with a signal, a shift,
A return, a correction, an idea that will not leave your mind, a contact that rises back into view, a path that feels quietly alive again. Do not underestimate those first signs. Many people miss the beginning of their breakthrough because they expect the answer to arrive loudly, but heaven often begins with a subtle movement that requires discernment more than noise. There are also signs that this word is specifically for you. The first sign is that you have been under genuine pressure, but something inside you has refused to fully collapse. Even while tired, some part of you kept sensing that this was not the end of the story. The second sign is that in the middle of your stress, you have felt moments of unusual inner stirring, almost like your spirit was trying to tell you that change is nearer than it appears. The third sign is that specific steps, people, ideas, or responsibilities have been returning to your attention again and again. Something you need to revisit, someone you need to contact, a decision you need to make, a path you need to reopen. That repeated inner nudge may not be random. It may be God preparing your attention for the route favor is about to take. Because when financial favor is released, it does not only bless your life outwardly, it also awakens your awareness inwardly. It sharpens your sight. It brings order to your thoughts. It steadies your reactions so you do not let panic sabotage what peace was trying to reveal. But favor is not released only to relieve pressure. It is also released to teach stewardship, stability, and trust. That is why God often works on your posture while He prepares your provision. He does not want the answer to arrive and disappear into the same fear, confusion, urgency, and self-sabotage that drained you before. He wants to build a different rhythm in you, a rhythm where peace leads, not panic, a rhythm where clarity replaces desperation, a rhythm where you stop speaking as if lack is your permanent identity. So this week, guard your inner language. Do not keep repeating that nothing ever changes, that every door closes, that you are always behind, that every effort dies in delay. Those words do not protect you, they train you to miss movement. Instead, begin speaking like someone who knows God is already working. Tell yourself that favor can reach you quickly. Tell yourself that unseen alignment is happening. Tell yourself that the answer does not need your anxiety to keep moving toward you. Because the favor of God is not strengthened by your panic. It is better recognized through steadiness, gratitude, and alert faith. Now, let this become practical. If God is releasing unexpected financial favor this week, then your response must be active, not passive. That does not mean striving in fear. It means moving in wisdom. If there is a call you need to make it. If there is a message you have delayed, send it. If there is a budget adjustment you know you need to face it.
If there is a skill, offer, idea, or connection that has been sitting unused, bring it forward. If there is an opportunity you dismissed too early, take another look. Small acts of alignment matter, not because they earn favor, but because they position you to cooperate with it. Heaven can open a door, but you still need the courage to walk toward it. God can stir a conversation, but you still need the willingness to answer. Favor often meets movement, and this is where many people lose momentum. They pray for change, but when the first opening appears, fear convinces them to hesitate. Do not let that happen this week. Stay calm enough to recognize the opening and bold enough to respond when it arrives. And here is the deepest comfort in this word. The favor God releases this week is not only about paying a need. It is about restoring breath to parts of you that have been strained for too long. It is about loosening the grip that financial pressure has had on your sleep, your thoughts, your confidence, your relationships, and your ability to imagine the future with peace. When God releases financial favor, He is not only sending resources, He is also breaking agreement with the cycle that tried to teach you that survival was the best you could hope for. He is reminding you that your life is not abandoned, your effort is not unseen, your prayers were not wasted, and your delay was not proof of rejection. Some of what looked like stillness was preparation. Some of what felt like silence was positioning, and some of what felt late is about to make sense in a way that will force you to admit that God was working even when you could not track the details. This week may carry more movement than the last several weeks combined, because favor has a way of accelerating what fear said was stuck. So receive this word with attention and expectation. God is releasing unexpected financial favor this week. Watch for the unusual opening. Watch for the contact, the answer, the idea, the release, the correction, the provision, the timing that feels too exact to be coincidence. Do not despise the first sign because it looks smaller than the full breakthrough you wanted. Small beginnings often carry the weight of larger answers, and when favor arrives, let it find you grounded, ready, and grateful. If this message spoke directly to your spirit, write "I receive financial favor this week" in the comments as your declaration of agreement. Let those words become your line of faith today. Then carry this with you into every hour ahead. Nothing about your pressure has been invisible. Nothing about this timing is random, and nothing God has chosen to release into your life will arrive outside the precision of His purpose. Financial favor is moving now, and this week may become the moment where what felt delayed begins to turn in your direction.